Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Got a different little mic setup, all that. So just first, can you hear me? That's the big question. This is so different. Look, instead of cool LED lights, we got a windows in the background. Windows. We got some of the homies in here. David Dennis is the first one on. What's up, David? How you doing, man? Guys, David is the most consistent guy we got. David's in the bike school lives. David's in the Dougster Bob lives. He's in all the lives. Thank you, David. Thanks for always hanging out. Appreciate it, man. Here, I'll try and get the mic a little closer. Oh, I need to. I don't have my the thing that records the audio. I don't have it plugged into power, so it might die. I don't know. It might die. I don't know. Anyway, who else is here? So David's the most consistent. We love having David here. We got Noog from Germany, I think. What's up, Noog? How you doing, man? He says it's evening, that it is not morning. It's like 11 o'clock my time. I'm up in Montana instead of New Mexico, and the time is still the same. And so it's morning. Maybe almost noon. What do you call that? Brunch time. It's brunch time. Jared King Crab. We haven't seen Jared in the lives in a hot minute. Jared, thanks for coming to hang out. Jared was the third one here, so he's really on it. And I think that's it for now. That is it. What's up, Jared? Eat My Salt. What's up? Thank you for hanging out. I think I saw Eat My Salt and Jared. Were you guys were both on Brant's stream this morning. Is that correct? I don't know. I think so. I know Jared for sure. I don't know about Eat My Salt. I think I remember seeing him on there. I just woke up and I woke up and I'm all and I look at my phone. First thing you do when you wake up, you kind of poke around on your phone. And then I was like, YouTube said Brant Moore was doing his BMX news thing, and I was like 11 minutes late or whatever. But anyway, I tapped on that and laid in bed and watched that. And sometimes it's pretty decent stuff, Brant is good at finding the information. Hey, what's up, Brandon? Lewis is always in here too. So Lewis, thank you. Good job. Lewis, Noog, Eat My Salt, all you guys hanging out in here. I love it. Oh, Jared says, what's up, homies? And the buff guy is in here. He says hello. And then Mitch. What's up, Mitch? I think Mitch is new to the stream. So let's say welcome, Mitch. Welcome, Mitch. Mitch, if you're not new to the stream, I apologize. I feel like you are, though. I have a pretty good sense of who's in here and who's new, who's not, and so everyone say what's up to Mitch. Welcome, Mitch. Look, guys, if you got any questions, let's have it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna ramble for a few minutes until people start asking questions. But Eat My Salt says, shout out to Doug for giving my clip a like on Instagram yesterday. Yes. So if you guys noticed, I don't know if you guys pay much attention. Maybe you do. I can't remember which account. Oh my God. Shh. Sorry. I opened Instagram and it's playing very loud. Eat My Salt is, maybe I follow him on the Dougster Bob account. Anyway, he posted a clip on Instagram. And so anyway, what I was getting at is that, if you guys noticed, you guys might not have noticed, but anyway, Instagram was gone. I disabled both Instagram accounts, focused on YouTube. We hit 10K last week, I think. So we're at 10.6 now. It's growing really fast. Oh my God. Can you guys hear that? Anyway, hit 10.6. And so then I was like, okay, it's time to bring back Instagram. So now we're going for 10K on Instagram next. But you guys can hear that, right? There's this freaking, I'm at an Airbnb and there's this car. It's a hunk of junk. It has no exhaust, I think. And I swear to God, oh my God, now the belt's squealing. I can't make this shit up. Anyway, I lay down. It's like freaking midnight. And that car over there just got it running for hours. hours the car's running and it's and I'm like, and then I don't know, it ran out of gas. It shut off like an hour later. It shut off, and I was like, "Thank you, Jesus." Oh, Sabaeth is calling me. And I was like, "Thank you, Jesus." And then this morning, bright and early, they found gas. They put gas in it, and it started. And I'm like, "Come on." Anyway, they just drove away. So I hope they just drive it off a cliff. Now, without them in it, of course, I just hope the car goes off the cliff, not the people. Anyway, it's okay. Sometimes my car is a hunk of junk, but it's okay. It's okay. Story, what I was telling is Eat My Salt. We're going to plug this on. Can you guys see this? This is sick. This is actually super sick to watch. House back on the peg. I thought he was going to throw a bar there. No bar. But then hops back off. That was sick, dude. Eat My Salt. That's Eat My Salt. He's right here in the live stream. And anyway, so that's my story for the day. Sabaeth called. I got to see what's up with Sabaeth. Hold on one sec. Maybe he's on the live stream and I didn't even notice, but and there's an airport right there, so you can hear the planes coming down. But okay, what are we what's going on, you guys? If you guys didn't say what's up to Mitch, leave this shame on you. No, you guys are all cool. Everyone in here is so rad. I love it. Mitch is brand new. So Mitch, welcome to the channel, man. Thanks for hanging out. Like I said, if you guys got any questions, Mitch, you got any questions? What are you struggling with BMX? I will help you out. I mean, I'll try my best. You know, I don't know everything, but I know a little bit. And Jared got the BSD Revolution Hub, and I'm jealous. I'm working on getting my hands on one of those to make a video about it. And yeah, anyway, I do not have one yet, but it's on the list. So Jared, we can compare how we like the BSD Revolutions. Ian B says, I haven't been here in forever, and this man is still welcoming people. You're a real one, Doug. Oh, thanks, Ian. Ian's been kind of a part of the channel for a hot minute. I remember him in the lives a while ago, and then I don't know. He took a break. He took a break from the Dougster Bob, but you guys, once you're a Dougster Bobber, you're always a Dougster Bobber. So it never changes. Dylan, I saw your comment here a while ago on one of the videos, but Dylan says he's 6 foot. He just bought the Sunday Scout 20.75 inch top tube. Do you think it will be okay for me with 175 millimeter cranks? And the quick answer, Dylan, is yeah, that's fine for you. You know, 6 foot, 20.75, that's kind of the smallest you should go, and it's going to give you more of a quick, snappy feeling ride. Whereas if you were 6 foot and you got a 21, that's kind of the average for you. But 20.75 is going to be fine for you. I hope you like the Scout. As you guys know, I am not a fan of the Scout, just because. Now, it's not a terrible bike, because they did put a good amount of aftermarket parts on there, but the core quality of the bike is basically all high tensile steel, and it's so expensive. So Dylan, I hope you got it on you got it for a decent deal. But either way, man, you have the bike. Now you just need to ride it. That's all you need to do. And the 20.75 inch top tube is going to be okay for you at 6 feet. It's going to be like more snappy and responsive. So there you go. Moondoggy has been in quite a few streams, and he says, yo, what's up? What's up, Moondoggy? Thanks for hanging out. Noticed it was gone. I'm not sure what Jared's talking about. Oh, the Instagram. Yeah. Instagram's gone, but Instagram's back. So if you guys need to follow Dougster Bob on Instagram. So we're at 500 some followers right now, but we'll be at 10K maybe in 6 months. That's the goal. 10K in 6 months. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I've got a whole content strategy. Like I wrote out a little document. I'm going to have like multiple posts per day. So if you guys, you don't want to see anything from me, don't follow me on Instagram, because it's set up to post a ton. But anyway, it's back. We're going for 10K. So cool. Lewis says, hey, I have a problem with learning bar spins. I just don't have the commitment to throw the bars. Do you know how to overcome the mental blockade? Lewis, this is a problem for a lot of people. It's the biggest thing. You know, I when I was learning bar spins, I could never really figure out how some of my friends would learn them very quickly. They just, oh, I learned bar spins. I'm like, bro, I've been trying bar spins for a year. Like, what? How do you even, you know? And it's all mental. So the people who learn it really quickly, I'm sure you've got that it's just a mental thing. So it's good. The first thing, it's good that you recognize that you're doing. I just anyway, it's good that you recognize that it's like a mental thing, because then you can work on overcoming that. So first, Lewis, ask yourself, do you know how to throw the bars, right? Can you close your eyes, stand there and throw the bars? Like if you can do that, you know where your hand needs to go, you know how to catch it, you know how to do all that. And then it is, in fact, just mental, like you're saying. But sometimes it's not, you know, sometimes there's something messing up. Maybe you're not pinching your knees, maybe you're not leaning over the bars. There's a lot of different things. Chad is one of our bike school members, and Chad has had the same thing. He's been struggling with bars. He's been working on hop half bars and hop bars, and he can get it around, but he takes his feet off. And so he jumps up, throws the bars, and takes his feet off. And all he needs to do, all he needs to do is say, I can do this, keep his feet on, he'll land it. But I struggled the same way. So what I did to overcome that, I'll tell you a story, Lewis, is I could throw the bars, I'd catch it with one hand, I'd take one hand off, or I would never put my throwing hand back on, and then I'd take my feet off. And so I would just be like, ah, you know, that's kind of how my bar spin looked. And it was like that for months. And then I was at the skate park. My grandpa would come with me pretty often, and he'd film for me, just film different things. And we were there and I was trying bar spins, and he said, you know what I think you need to do? And I looked at him and I'm like, what, you know, like what kind of advice are you going to give me about riding bikes? And what he said was, he's like, well, why don't you just try it on flat ground without going in the air? And I thought, that's crazy, that doesn't work. Like, how am I going to roll around and do a bar spin? Anyway, it wasn't a pull-up bar. All I did is I just rolled on flat ground and bust the bar around while I was rolling, which honestly is more scary than doing it in the air, because you're like, as soon as you turn the bars on the ground while you're rolling, your bike tries to throw you over like that. So it's like, that was terrifying. But anyway, I was like, okay, I'll listen to you. Like, you've never been wrong before. And I did it. And I bust the bars around while I was rolling. Pretty sketchy. Took me 2, 3 tries to actually get it. But that for me clicked in my head that if I could do that on flat ground and not die, then I could probably do that in the air and it'd be much better off. So I jumped up in the air, I bus drivered the bars around, landed it first try, like right after that. And it's the craziest thing how my grandpa, who's never rode BMX in his life, was able to notice that and have me try it. And then for me, that's what clicked. Now, what clicks for everyone's a little bit different. Um, but you should try that. You should try rolling on the flat ground, bussing the bars around, and then taking that to the air, because one, that helps you overcome that mental blockade of like, dying when you throw the bars around, and two, it's just a good way to work into it. Now if you learn it that way, you're going to have to overcome throwing versus bussing, and learn them both ways. But just being in the air and doing a bar spin, whether you throw it, whether you bus it, it's all the same and it's all going to be good. So try that. But it's all, like I said, it's all different for everyone. I think the biggest thing with, it's more of a confidence issue, I think, Luis, is that you're not fully confident. That causes the mental blockade, is that you're like, well, if this happens, then this could happen. And the best way to build the confidence is to fully understand it. So the more you understand about the trick and what you need to do and what could happen and what will happen, then you'll have a much easier time actually throwing it. So anyway, that was a big long rant. Try those tips. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of you guys in here who are kind of struggling with the bar spin, and hopefully that helped a little bit. But what I wanted to show you guys, this is Chad's solution. He posted this in bike school, and can you see this? Straps on the pedals. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. He's going to keep us updated. I do not recommend it, but it might work. And I saw that. I was like, dude, he is serious about bar spins. So that's sick. Guys, got the bang. Oh, gotta focus. Um, every morning this is it. We answer BMX questions, we drink a ton of caffeine. That's just how it goes. So hey, Nuke says, I'm thinking about buying the Alienation Revolution coaster, but I'm not sure if I'm good enough to get any benefit out of it. Well, first of all, you Alienation Revolution, are you BSD Revolution or Alienation Venus? I think is the comparable model. Either way, he's thinking about getting a planetary free coaster, planetary hub, and the biggest benefits you'd see, Noog, is going to be with the fakies. And I don't know where you're at riding wise. Like, I don't know if you can already fakie, if you can 180 yet, if you know what you're working on. But if you can already fakie, then I think that you're going to get a good amount of benefit from the revolution or from a planetary thing. It's going to help a lot with it because you can literally just roll up a bank and roll backwards without having to pedal or anything like that. So that's going to be a game changer for sure. And then in terms of more technical tricks, like it's going to help out a lot with half cabs, half cab up things, half cab tricks. There's a lot of different things that free coasters unlock. And then the planetary just does what a free coaster does without having a bunch of slack. So again, I don't know. Even if you're a beginner, I think you'd get the benefit of faking without pedaling backwards because that does make it easier to actually do. It makes it harder to get out of, but most people figure it out pretty quickly on a coaster. Noog says to put some bananas in the exhaust. That would be hilarious. I was thinking, like, what could I go unscrew something, and let all the gas run out? Or and Noog, I think the problem is that there is no exhaust, so there's nowhere to put the banana. Maybe I don't know. That's a good idea though if there is exhaust. Richie Miner says, been a while, but I'm here. What's up? What's up, Richie? Thanks for coming and hanging out in the stream, man. It's good to have you in here. I'll be honest though, Richie, I don't remember you in the stream very much. I don't know. Maybe you're always like in the stream. There's a lot of people in here that watch it but don't ever comment. So you guys should introduce yourselves so I know who you are. But Richie, I don't really remember. But anyway, I'm glad you're back in here, Richie. That's sick. Ian says, what kind of maintenance should I do on my bike after winter? Ian, this is a weird, I'm really weird about it because I don't do maintenance on my bike, like hardly ever. Like if something breaks, I'll replace it, but generally you won't find me cleaning it. You won't find me taking it apart. Now, when I was in England and my bike got rained on a lot, I did pull it apart and grease it and stuff. But I guess just, is your bike outside? I hope your bike's not outside. Anyway, what you should do, cranks for sure. Take apart the cranks, grease the bearings on the inside there, your bottom bracket. I put grease on the bolts or Loctite, blue Loctite on the bolts that hold them in, and I grease like my spindle spline drive. So I put some grease on the spindle so that my sprocket doesn't get seized on there. And then, I just do the headset, the headset too, and probably the chain. That's really it. They're kind of weird. Like I've pulled apart my hub a handful of times, but I clean the grease and dirt out of there so that it's louder, and I don't actually really grease it. And they're kind of weird about pulling your hub apart. They say not to do that, but those would be my things. The bottom bracket for sure. The chain. Put some grease and some Loctite on the bolts that usually get seized on. My sprocket always gets stuck on my spindle, so putting a ton of grease on there helps me when I do take my bike apart and I don't have to pull all my hair out trying to get it off. Raider Al, what's up, Raider Al? Raider Al is a fellow bike school member, and he is now in the live stream. He's pretty consistent too. We see Raider Al in here a lot. Yeah, I was just laughing because of Jared's comment to King Crab. We got two Jareds in here, but Jared said, I found a Facebook group is called a group where everyone is named Jared. I don't know why that's so funny, but I just imagine it's a group full of people named Jared. That's so funny. That's hilarious. I wonder if there's one for Douglas. Um, you guys ever see those memes where it's like somebody has the same name and then they go and message somebody else with the same name. Those are usually funny. Or the song lyrics, they find people whose names go with song lyrics. That's so funny. Okay, Dylan got the kink. No. The Sunday Scout for 175 pounds. So that makes it, what is that, right? Like, I got to look right now just because I want to know what it is originally in dollar pounds. But that's a good deal for sure. That is a good deal because I feel like that's about what it's worth. Um, it's showing me in dollars. I don't want to know in dollars. I want to know in pounds. Yeah, so 454 pounds new. So 175 for pretty much new. That's a good deal, Dylan. Um, that makes things better. Other Jared says to link Salt's Instagram. Okay, let's see. I think it's just eat my salt. Eat my salt. Oh, anyway, yeah, you guys should like. I will always gladly shout out your guys' social medias so that you guys can all link up. Like for me, I don't want to build like a where I don't want you guys to all just follow me. You know what I mean? Like I want to build a community where Jared knows Eat My Salt and other Jared knows other Jared and Ian's friends with Eat My Salt and Jared and name and blah, blah, blah. Like I want to build this cool community of you guys because you guys are all BMX nerds and you guys are into the sport. So anyway, there's the link, Jared. That's Eat My Salt's Instagram. He's got 1,000 followers. He's doing better than the Dougster Bob Instagram. So Eat My Salt, good job. We're Eat My Salt. Let's race to 10K. Who can race? Who can get to 10K first? Okay. I want to shout out this kid too. Actually, I just came across his Instagram. His name is Brady Baker, and I think I talked about him in one of the podcast episodes. I did. Did you guys get that email where a good friend, I don't even know his name, some washed up bike rider. He's an older guy that kind of never got pro, but anyway, he was hating on me. It was kind of funny, but it was sad. Anyway, it was the episode I was talking about Brady, and that's what made me think of that. But anyway, this kid's good. He's 19. And he just got picked up like on Dance Comp Flow Team. So let's watch this. This is Brady Baker. He just followed the Doug Stabab account. Look at that. Okay, nice. I think that's Bryce Tryon's house. Tryon's. Yes, that's 3 bar spins. What the heck? Anyway, he almost died. But this kid's really good. So anyway, enough talking about people on Instagram. My bad. I got to scroll back up and find where I was at though. Yeah, all the Jareds in here should join that Facebook group. Eat My Salt says, I'm really looking forward to the We the People Swamp Master or whatever it is. We have some mountain bike dirt jumps here. I want to take it out on. Funny story. I was kindly requested to not have that video on YouTube. And I told the guy, I was like, I'll take it down if you send me a Swamp Master. He did not say yes. So I did not get a Swamp Master, but I took the video down. So all you guys probably got to watch that because you guys are really on it. But it's not there anymore. It'll be back up on, I think I said the 21st. Yeah, the 21st. But anyway, I want one too. So I was like, maybe I can finesse a Swamp Master from We the People. They didn't agree to send me one. It's a little disappointing, but anyway, I'm really excited for it too. I'm so curious about how much it's going to be though. Like, what do you guys think? The Swamp Master, what do you think? $2,000, $5,000, $3,000? Yeah, I'm going to open it up for you guys in the stream who have not seen it. I'm sure everyone's seen it. What was the story on that, guys? Does anyone remember? Was it Ruben Alcantara and one other guy that kind of went together and and created it, right? And came up, I mean, they didn't come up with the idea, like we've ranted on that forever, but they had a concept planned out, and then we the people also had a concept planned out, and it was just it was a big old mess for everyone. Where is that? I downloaded the PDF, so I have it forever, but now I can't find it. Oh well, maybe I won't pull it up. Everyone's like, I'm here looking and everyone's getting bored. I'm sorry. Oh, hey, here it is. Okay, hold on. I just want to open up the Swamp Master so we can look at it and we can all speculate on how much it's going to be. And the We the People Envy Carbonic, that was super exciting too. But look at this. Okay, I will share the screen. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, everyone, hold on. Type in here. How much do you think it's going to be? The Swamp Master, and then you got to lock in your answer right now. I'm going to say, because prices went up, it's got full suspension, it's got rock shocks built into the frame, like full chromoly. I'm going to say, oh, hello, I disappeared. I disappeared. Okay, you guys all got your answers locked in. Okay, we're going to pull it up on screen. And I wonder why I disappeared. Jared says 2K. Really? Really, really, really? Okay, hold on. Let's pop it up on screen. Share screen window. Cool. Oh, what the hell? I don't know. You guys will be able, this will look weird. You guys will be able to see me, but I think, oh, well, hold on. This is so easy normally. Like, what is going on? I guess when I have two, okay, well, anyway. Now you guys, this is, whoa, look at that. Anyway, this is the Swamp Master. Okay. I hope it's showing that. Okay, it is. Look at this. This is a rock shock suspension right here, right? Full chromoly frame. It's got this front shock here. This thing's dope. And so I'm guessing 1850 just because We the People is a little bit expensive. And, 100 millimeters of travel, post liquid heat treated. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh my God. It's one of those days, guys. It's just one of those days. Okay, look at this. But anyway, so we think, okay, lots of good guesses here. 2400, 1950. David, I see your comments. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We see the comments. I'm just way down here, way down. But okay, here's the next question. Anyway, so that's enough of the We the People thing. Swamp Master is going to be expensive. I'm going to come back as soon as they release it with prices. I'm going to come back to this stream, and whoever gets the price right is going to get stickers. That's it. Only stickers. I was going to say a shirt, only stickers. BMX and Chill shirt. It's a little wrinkled, but you want this shirt right here, you guys. If any of you are right, I'll send you this shirt right here. Okay, that's what I'll do. I will wash it beforehand. But anyway, what's up, you? You says, is it okay to put your BMX stem upside down? I think he means upside down. And the answer is yes. There's really nothing wrong with it. It's a little weird and probably a pain in the ass to tighten if it's a top load stem to tighten the bolts from upside down. But I remember when I was starting out, like that was a pretty popular thing. People would buy front load stems and then flip it upside down so they would get a little bit of drop, I want to say. And it would, so if you have, say, this many spacers, you could flip your stem and it would put your bars down like this much. It wouldn't really change a lot. Now, a top load stem with a good amount of rise flipped upside down would drop your bars down quite a bit. And I don't really understand it, but there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's not going to break your bike or anything. Now, I guess I would say the stems are probably not designed for impact going down on it. Like, that's a lot of pressure on your top plate. But all in all, like, if you're just like beginner rider, mid-level rider, it's going to be fine. Like, I I wouldn't think that Sean Burns riding an upside down top load stem going off roofs and stuff is a good idea, but like it's probably not the best for that. But anyway, for a beginner rider, like that's not going to be the end of the world. You're fine. You are fine. But you can buy stems with a drop, instead of an upsweep, like with a down sweep. They're kind of hard to find, but that would be the better option for sure. Who's talking? What? Did I miss something? Who's talking about cranks? Oh, my bad. My bad, Zane. What's up, Zane? Jesus Christ, look at this guy in the air. Zane, is that you way up there? Look at Zane's profile picture. He's way up there. Anyway, Zane, I missed your comment. My bad. He says, when changing from right-hand drive hub to left-hand drive, do I need to buy new cranks and just flip them around? Zane, so let's say so you're saying you have a right-hand drive hub, you're going to buy a left-hand drive hub, and then do you need new cranks? I think that's the gist of the question. It depends. So some cranks are going to have like a boss. Okay, no, it depends. Do you have a spline drive sprocket? Yes or no? If you do, then no, you don't have to change anything. Your cranks are fine no matter what. If you don't, does your crank have a boss on both sides? So a boss is going to be the thing that screws into to hold the sprocket from rotating it. It fuses the sprocket to the crank. Um, anyway, so generally right side cranks have one boss on the right side and no boss on the left side. And the reason you can't really take your right crank and put it on the left is because the way that pedals are designed to thread is that when you're pedaling forward, it's not loosening the pedals. Granted, the pedals are meant to spin, but that friction there can unscrew your pedals all the time. So if you take your right side crank and put it on the left, then it's going to be lefty loosey instead of lefty tighty, like the left pedal actually is. And so when you're pedaling, you're continuously unscrewing your pedal. So that's why you want to make sure the right side cranks on the right side, the left side cranks on the left side, and the appropriate pedals go on there. Because like I said, if they're not, like if you can switch them, sure, but it's going to be annoying. Your pedal's going to literally unscrew while you're riding. So anyway, now, if you have a boss on both sides, some cranks now are coming with a boss on both sides, so you can just take that sprocket and move it over. You're good. If you don't, you're going to need to either upgrade to a spline drive system if your cranks are 48 spline. If your cranks are 8 spline, you need to get a new crank arm. You might be able to find just the crank arm with a boss. Like I know Profile has left-hand drive, right-hand drive cranks with the boss on both sides. But yeah, it just depends. But no, you can't just put your cranks around. No, I mean, you can. You just have to deal with the pedal issue. Eat My Salt says that I'll beat you to 10K. A lot of his followers are from tattooing days and old clients. Dang, you did tattoos. I want a lot of tattoos, but they're so expensive. So what is the secret to getting tattoos for a good price or for an affordable price? Like it is art. I get that. You don't want to rip anyone off, but God, it's so expensive. So expensive. How do I get a good deal? Guys, we got a third Jared in the chat. This is a 3 Jared live. This is crazy. This doesn't happen very often that we have all 3 Jareds in here. Maybe we'll get a fourth Jared. That's crazy. So many Jareds. Jared, if you missed it, you got to join the Facebook group for Jareds. Steven, this is a really, really hard question. He says, if I can make it to the park once a week for a full afternoon, how long do you think it will take to learn tail whips? This is a very, sorry, my thing's not focused. This is a really tough question because it's different for everyone. Just like the bar spin, the mental thing is different from everyone. Stephen, Stefan, if you're brand new to the sport, like you're just, I don't know your skill level, like there's a lot of things. So let's assume that you're brand new to the sport and you just started riding a couple months ago. For me, I probably had whips maybe by the time I was 15 and I started riding at 13. I probably started trying whips when I was 14. So it took me over a year to get them because there's so many things that build into that trick that you have to understand and you have to be able to do before you can land the whip. Like if you just jump on the bike and you start trying whips before you know, say, how to bunny hop, before you know how to do a no footer, like in that process of trying whips right off the rip, you're learning how to take your feet off and put your feet back on. You're learning how to kick the bike. You're learning how to level out of a jump. You're learning all of these fundamental things that, if learned individually, will make the trick go a lot faster. And that's one of the biggest things we preach in bike school is like a lot of times people need to take a step back before they start working on tricks that they want to do. Like if I wanted to learn, let's say 360s, but I can't even jump, I need to work on jumping first. You know what I mean? So it's like building the skills that set yourself up for success is generally a lot better than just throwing yourself out into the deep end and trying to learn the tricks you want to learn. And so with that being said, it's impossible to put like a date on tail whips because again, some people learn them very fast. Some people start out more advanced. Some people have basic understanding of things. Some people have a foam pit to help walk through that mental block. Like there's a lot of different things. Yeah. Especially if it's only once a week, Steven, honestly, I'd say it's going to take quite a while because what happens after a few days of not riding, like while we're riding consistently, we're building up like a unity with our bike, like where we know what our body shift's going to do, what our weight transfer, we know every move that we make, what's going to happen into the bike. And so when you take a break from that, you lose that connection. And so then you spend another day reconnecting it and getting that figured out. Honestly, like you should do every other day if you can, which would be 4 times a week. And that's a lot for people who are busy, people who are working. But that's kind of my experience with it is if I don't ride for a few days, that first day back on is like, I just spend a lot of time getting comfortable again on the bike. And like just recently, a couple of days ago, I went out and I was able to ride and, it was kind of awkward. Like I still had the tricks, but it just didn't feel super comfortable and consistent. So anyway, yeah, once a week would be tough, dude. It would be really tough for sure. So try and get that up every other day. If you could do every day, that'd be amazing. And set a block of time in your section to work on that trick you want to do. If you're at the point where you're ready for tail whips, set a block for 30 minutes to an hour, film them and attempt them and just go at it. If you're not, take a step back, set a block of time working on no footers, set a block of time working on no footed cans or cans or or tricks that build into that trick so that you have that time blocked off and you're working towards that goal. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. It's sorry for the long-winded rant, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, so I said 1850, Name said 1600, David said $2,000, Sadistic said 2,500, Hot Potato said 2,100, Jared said at least 2K, Jared said $3,000. Wow, that's crazy. Robin Channel said, "Bro, you're always on live. Once a week, man, once a week." So, and then other Jared said about 2K. So let's see. Noog said 1950. But then Name changed his mind. He said 2,400. Name, what if you're right at 1,600? Now you changed it and you won't get a shirt. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, those are good guesses, guys. I've got them set here in my brain. So when the bike's actually released, we will know how much it is. Robert says, "Hey, Doug, what are your thoughts on RNC cranks? I saw Caden post yesterday and also Mike feed before complaining. I'm not sure what Caden's post was. I don't know, but I did watch a little bit of Mike's drama with them. And I don't know. I don't know enough about them. I imagine they had a bit of an issue. They admitted that they had a bit of an issue and they changed it. So I imagine right now they're pretty solid. The only thing I'd be wary of is like, when we sell things, what we want to do is minimize risk. And so it's like if I'm selling you a $10,000 car you want to be pretty confident that when you buy that car, nothing's going to happen. Or you want to be confident that if something does happen, I'm going to take care of it because I sold you that car. And one of the reasons I work so closely with Dan's Comp is because of the fact that like we had somebody that from me, he bought a bike from Dan's Comp. The hub broke. He reached out to the manufacturer. They said it's not their problem, and Dan's Comp took care of it, even though it wasn't Dan's Comp problem. And so like from that guy's going to be like, okay, I'll buy anything from Dan's, and in the unlikely event that something happens, they're going to take care of me. And you're thinking, where the hell are you going with this? And what I'm getting at is when Mike had that issue with the RNC cranks, RNC, from my knowledge, didn't really do anything about it. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe they did send him a new pair. They did take care of it. But from his second video, it sounded like they kind of just blew him off. And he's trying to flex his YouTube muscles on them to get free stuff. And I don't know, a bunch of nonsense. But the vibe I get from RNC is that if they really aren't as good as everyone says they are, you're kind of SOL, Robert. That's what it seems like. It's like you spent $500, you're stuck with cranks, whether they're good or bad. I don't know how true that is. Again, I've never ordered from them or anything like that, but that's the vibe I get. And so, you know, consider that before you buy them. It's like, I'd be comfortable buying something from a brand that will take care of it and stand behind their products, like S&M and stuff like that. I'd be a little more weary about a brand who doesn't. So that's my 2 cents on it. I don't know. I don't think I'd ever buy them just because it's a little sketchy, and that weight saving to me isn't the end of the world. There are a lot of other places you can save weight for a lot better price, like $500 on cranks. That's, what is that? 150% more than normal cranks cost to save 8 ounces or something. It's like you can do that with some tires that cost $40. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. So Christian says, "What's up from New York?" What's up, Christian? Guys, everyone say hello to Christian. New York, man. What is it? You ever run into Anthony Panza or what? What's the weather like over there? It's kind of cold where I'm at. But and then Christian also said 1800. Hot Potato says, "Do you know if We the People frames got new colors this year?" Yes, I'm 99% sure they've been posting about it. I haven't seen the actual frames out. But I know they're coming very soon. Like they've got the new bikes ready, they've got the new frames ready, and maybe they are out, but I can't really tell. Mitch says, "Dougster Bob, you recently suggested the Switch, the Reason, and the Devotion to me. I'm 5'11", 280. Do I need to up my budget due to my weight?" Um, this is something that's not really talked about a lot in BMX, but generally, weight is going to play a role. And like what I tell people, beginner level quality bikes are good for beginner riders who are like under 170 pounds. For beginner level riders who are over 170, over 200, like you definitely want at least full chromoly and stuff like that. And for people over that, I would say you'd want pretty much aftermarket chromoly. And so, you know, Mitch, I don't know if you watched any of my videos where I talk about all the differences there, but basically you've got like beginner level high tensile steel, and then full chromoly steps it up. It's much better quality. But then when you get aftermarket chromoly, you've got high tensile, or you've got heat treated tubing, you've got double butted tubing, you've just got a lot more strength added in there. And so for people, for 280, I would definitely say that you would want some higher quality stuff for sure. Like if you can go the aftermarket route, the Envy's like $1,300. It comes in a 21-inch option that would be similar to the Devotion, even though the chain stays a little more responsive. The Dark Wave, what are you, 5'11"? Dark Wave might be too tall for you. The Sound Wave's a 21, just like the Devotion, and it's full aftermarket chromoly with with what's the word for it? Hold on. Let me go over here. I'm going to just send you the link to them and you can check them out, because the way that I do the recommendations is it's really heavily on your budget, because I would never really recommend you bikes over your budget. Um, but with that being said, yeah, if what I wouldn't want to happen is for you to say get the devotion and then it break over time. Now again, full chromoly is much better than the high tensile steel or the tri-moly options. But if you can up your budget, that would be the way to go. If you can't, I'd say it could last maybe a year or so. But that would just be, again, that would just be a guesstimate. But Mitch, check out this the Soundwave 21 inch. It's a really solid bike. Some people don't really love the color, but for your height, this would be a good bike for you, and for your weight, it would be good. And now think about this, Mitch. Like the frame is has a warranty on it, right? The forks have a warranty. If you get the free coaster option, the cranks have a warranty because they have the Thunderbolt cranks. And so anyway, so now imagine you get the devotion and you break the frame in 8 months or a year, so then you're spending another $300 to $500 on a new frame. Whereas if you spend an extra 800 or so, get the Soundwave, and then you do break the frame or you do break the forks, you can get that warranty taken care of, so you're set on that. But again, if you're not doing really heavy riding, like you're not doing a lot of big drops and you're just learning the basics, I'd still do, just to save your money, you would probably be fine on one of those bikes. But if you can afford it, go with the better bike. It's going to last you a lot longer. Yo, Jared sent me $10. Thank you, Jared. Jared says, how are the grips and pedals holding up? They're okay. They're holding up great. I've ground down part of the pedal a little bit. And so Jared sent me what are they, Jared? The We the People or the Clot? They don't have a middle piece that you use to screw. You can only use an Allen key. And anyway, I love them because they're really close to the cranks, and like I love how that feels. It was a little weird at first, but I love it. But anyway, now they're really close. But so my pedals still come loose, and I'm like trying to tighten it without having to get an Allen wrench, and it's a pain. But dude, they're great. I love it. Thank you again. Thank you for $10, Jared. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, the Centrics. That's it. Okay. Sorry, I got scrolled way down here. I gotta go back up. Guys, this is a great live stream. I appreciate every single one of you guys in here hanging out with me. It makes my Fridays better. I really makes them better. Ian says, don't wash the shirt. Okay. Oh, David had to peace out. David, we will see you later, man. Thank you for hanging out with us. Jared says that Max Vu's signature stem is a top load that bolts from the bottom. I mean, if you think about it, those bolts, like they thread in enough that it's going to hold on there pretty solid. But I think what I'm thinking about is the way the stem's designed is that all that stress is going this way where it's normally built to go this way. But I mean, I don't know. I don't design stems. I don't know how it works. Name says, can you take a driver and put it in a different hub? I mean, you could definitely take a driver and put it in a different hub. Now, will it work? Probably not, but you could definitely stuff that thing in there. Yeah, generally there's small differences in each thing, and they're not really universal. Now, you might be able to make it work, but I'm not too sure. Jared says, "Are you going to sign the shirt?" I mean, I guess if you guys want the autograph, I'm not famous enough for autographs, so like maybe at 50K we'll just start doing some autograph stuff. I don't know. I'm not. This is tough because like you guys who watch the channel really like the content, you guys enjoy it, but people who like I think I'm making a lot of enemies in the bike world, which is interesting. But you guys like me, and the higher ups in BMX, I don't think do per se. But oh well, I'm having fun doing what I'm doing. I love this. Like I literally wouldn't do anything else. But all right, name says I can. I got an S1. That is not what name said. Hold on, it moved when I clicked it. I can bunny hop about 1.5 feet, but I can't 180. Any tips? Um, Dude, I name without seeing where you're at, man. It's really, really hard to give you that advice. I have no idea where you're at. Are you spinning the right way? Are you carving? Are you compressing your body? Are you popping? Like, I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it, and yeah, I wish I could give you better advice, name, but I got nothing. I'm sorry. I know you're thinking about bike school name, so if you ever do that, I'll be able to see your attempts, and then it'll be a lot. Like I can give you personalized feedback. So I'll see where you're at with it, and I can say, hey, why aren't you turning your head? Like turn your head, stuff like that. But without like it's really hard to tell. Jimbler says, hey, can you give your thoughts on a helmet brand or good affordable helmets that are comparable and decent? I need a helmet. Jimbler, that's good that you're thinking about like good, kind of quality more than anything. My thought with the helmet's always about the fit. Like I don't want to look like a freaking, what are those guys that guard the palace in England? They have those big old hats that go up to here. I don't want to look like that when I'm wearing my helmet. And so for me, it's always like what it looks like, which isn't always the best thing because then I buy helmets that aren't very safe, but they look good. But what I've stumbled across is POC helmets. They fit good in my head. They don't make me look like a doofus, and they're certified. They're really good helmets. So if you can find a POC helmet, I definitely recommend that. And then it also seems like the Shadow Featherweight is a good option for people who just want like an all around helmet. Like it doesn't have all the extra features that the POC does. Like mine has MIPS. So if you hit your head, the helmet moves to kind of spread out the impact and all kinds of things like that. The Shadow Featherweight is just a good certified helmet that looks half decent and it's really light. So those would be the two that I would recommend to you. Okay, it's pronounced Steven. See, once I learn something about you guys, it goes in here forever, Steven. So when you're in the live next week, I will have that ingrained in my memory. So that's good. Steven. All right, Steven. Yeah, man. I know what you mean because for me, the reason I started this whole channel and stuff is like my goal is to be in BMX, and I'm like I could ride more, I could do this, like I'll be in BMX, I won't have to get a real job. And it's been a struggle, but what I learned is I'm writing way less now than I ever was because like any bit of free time I'm editing videos or I'm working on email lists, just a bunch of different things. And so dude, I know exactly what you mean. Like life happens and it's really hard to get to the park consistently when you have responsibilities, right? Before, back in the day when I was in high school, you don't have any responsibilities and you just bop along to the skate park and life's good. But oh well. Yeah. So anyway, for me, I've just been setting aside time, like actually built out a calendar and put every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, a 2 hour block of time that I'm going to ride no matter what, right? I'm going to drop everything that I'm working on and I'm going to ride because it's really important to me. And like, I built this so that I could ride more and then I was riding less. And I'm like, that's not right. So I don't know if that's possible for you, Steven, is to like just build out a block of time on set days that you can go to the skate park. But that's worked very well for me. Jared, when you go out to that Unity Jam, take lots of videos. Dude, I think I told you guys about the one that I went on. It was just a bike ride. It wasn't actually a jam, but we went out and man, everyone rolled through. They had a concert where we normally go, I guess. Everyone rolled into the concert. I got there late and I'm like, where is everybody? And then everyone started rolling out and then security was chasing them out. And then the security guard tried to fight this guy. And then this guy like stood up to him. And then the security guard said, never mind. And it was crazy. It was a lot of fun. Those Unity things are rad. So if you guys are in Phoenix, go out to that Unity Jam, link up with Jared, and it's so much fun. I don't know, Jared, are you actually going or no? Anyway, they're super sick. 10 out of 10 recommend. Randy is the nicest guy. He good dude, good dude. All right. Other Jared says, what are some good tricks to work on? I've been working on getting my hops higher and almost have 180s. I think the basic like 3 or 4 that I say in like in 6 week foundation I talk about is that bunny hops. Okay, that's something you should start every day off. You should always work on bunny hops like first thing. You get out, you get warmed up by doing bunny hops and progressing your bunny hop ability. Manuals. Okay, that's the other one. Lots of manuals because this trick is something that takes a very long time to actually master. And it might feel like you're not making any progress while you're learning manuals, but then one day it's going to click and you're going to be like, oh my God, all those days just paid off. So manuals for sure, fakies, and those are the 3: bunny hop, manual, fakie. After that, you've got the concepts of just about everything. Like if you can bunny hop, you can start to work how to spin into it in 180. And since you already know how to fakie, a 180 to fakie is not going to be an issue. But learning 180 before fakie, then you're trying to figure out fakie, and it's just a big headache. So those are the 3: get good at fakies, bunny hops, and manuals. And then after that, I mean, the sky's kind of the limit. 180s, half cabs, manual 180s, anything that includes a hop, since you've already mastered the hop. But those are the 3 for sure. Get those 3, Jared. Do you already have those 3 or no? Hot Potato says, I'm really happy that you're getting bigger and bigger on YouTube. Your channel is one of the best BMX channels. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. We're just trying to dominate the BMX industry with the Dougster Bob way. That's it. We just want to. I'm just kidding. I just have fun making BMX content, like connecting you guys to each other. So it's all good. Jared said, Mike kills me with that shit. Those cranks are 2-piece and only for right-hand drive. He bought them knowing that, rigged them up, and bitched about the. Jared, that's what I got too. He's like, in his video, he's all, well, this says these are made from one solid block of titanium, and I don't know how they did this. And it's like, no, the crank arms are from a block of titanium, but not the whole 3-piece system. That'd be impossible. That'd be literally impossible. Like, yeah. Anyway, I mean, it was clear as day to me when I read it too. I'm like, that is clearly not what they're saying, but oh well, maybe you just flex the YouTube muscles and it's all good. Steven says, on that note, what are some of your favorite flat tricks? Looking at G turns and 5 cabs. Guys, Bobby commented on a video. Guys, I got to plug a video, but hold on, I'll answer your question real quick. My favorite flat tricks would definitely be, I love hop bars. I love hop whips. Sometimes when I'm padded up, hop whips are fun, but full cabs are super fun. 360 G turns, definitely one of my favorites. And I think do manual 180s count? I love manual 180s on different things and half cab manuals. I have a lot of fun doing half cab manuals anytime there's a manual pad. Like my favorite things to do, like a 180 bar half cab manual up the manual pad and then 180 off. It's just like, that's such a fun trick to me. I don't know. So anyway, those are some of my favorite flat tricks. The G turns, Steven, I think you'll really enjoy once you figure them out, because you can like just lock into that nose backwards position and hold it. And it's such a fun trick. Jared says, have you or are you going to review the Fiend Completes? Yes, I just saw Dan's comp posted about them, and I do want to look at them. There were ones, God, the last time they had any, I think was 2019. They had, and I reviewed their line of 2019 Fiend Completes, and now they have 2022 finally. So they took a bit of time off, but it's all good. They look solid. The Type R is always a really good bike, and I'm glad they have it again. I'm excited to see what kind of tweaks they did. What I've gotten from it though, Fiend uses most of the same parts as Kink. So they're all mission parts. Fiend like frame forks bars that they just have made in probably the same factory as Kink. But anyway, and they use Mission parts, just like Kink bikes use a lot of Mission parts. And then what I've also learned is that, it's 12 o'clock, is that the Fiend bikes technically overpriced. Now, I'll be totally cool with that. If you guys pay a little bit more for a Fiend bike, you're supporting the God, Garrett Reynolds, and that's totally okay. Like, if you pay for an overpriced bike of a bike company that is irrelevant, the bang's making me burp. If you pay for a overpriced bike from an irrelevant bike company, like, shame on you. But if you pay for a little bit overpriced Fiend bike that goes to Garrett, helps out the God, that's okay. That's fine. But I do like them. They're pretty solid. A little bit expensive. Eat My Salt says, does anyone make magnesium pedals like Primo and DK used to? I have no idea. If anyone knows the answer to that, throw it in there. I have no idea. Name wants an autographed shirt and he'll pay $10. Name, that's not very much money for a shirt. The shirt costs more than that. If you win the price game, you've got your last bet was 2,600. You changed it to. If you win the price game, Name, you got this autographed shirt. I got you. I have some problem with my bike, with my bike. When I fakie, my pedals go faster than usual. What do I do? Hey, do you play League of Legends? 100 times pentakill? God, I love League of Legends. That used to be my jam. But anyway, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Your pedals go faster than what? I got nothing. Eat My Salt says, minus a few people, it seems like BMX just doesn't like YouTube riders. I think that's true. It's definitely true. And I don't think it's necessarily YouTube riders, but I think it's anyone who steps outside of like the traditional BMX industry. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad at networking, which I think I'm fairly good at. But what it seems like, what I noticed, I hated Adam LZ, right? I hated Adam LZ and I couldn't figure out why. But then it also seemed like pretty much anyone who wasn't an LZ guy also hated Adam LZ. And I think what it came down to is like Adam didn't follow the traditional route. And same with Adam 22, and same with Nigel Sylvester, and same with anyone who's done very well by themselves in the sport. Now, Brad Sims is an interesting thing because Brad Sims is doing essentially what Nigel did, what anyone did. He built a really strong personal brand, took from companies outside of BMX, and to get buy-in to do what he's worth. So that I'm interested to see how that played out. Like, he burned bridges with Fit, and he's still very respected in the BMX community. Where Adam, none of that. Adam 22, none of that. And all these guys have kind of built their own thing and then got pushed out of the sport. And so it's interesting to see. And like, that's a reality that I've genuinely thought about with this, is like, if you don't go the traditional route where you risk your life, you ride really hard, you get sponsored, you get the peanut pay, like it's just crazy. And then you don't own anything. Like, they own you, the sponsors own you. And that, to me, that's the worst deal ever. But anyway, if you don't go that route, it's like you get pushed out pretty quick. And I've thought of that reality, and I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to find out. But anyway, yes, you're right. Anyone who's not like traditionally just riding and posting up their clips, filming for edits, all that good stuff is really hated in BMX. Brant's done pretty well too, but Brant keeps it pretty core, and he doesn't step on any toes. And I think you've got to change things up. Like one of the conversation I had about the We the People video is that he said, look, I really, respect what you're doing with your channel. It's a new look of BMX media that BMX media hasn't had in a while. And I thought that was really cool because, like I said, it's pretty hated on, but he liked the hold on. I just want to find it because I thought it was pretty solid. Um, hold on. I have to find it. Oh, okay. I do. You genuinely do cool stuff. In my opinion, the BMX media is lacking in these days. So that was nice. Chris Moeller followed me on Instagram. I don't know if it's because he's mad at me about something because I've been doing really good at pissing people off, or he's like genuinely interested. I don't know, but it's something I've thought about a lot. Eat my salt, and it's something I'm not super worried about, but I'm expecting it. I'm expecting whatever happens. But anyway, that's always fun to think about. Beef eaters. Beef eaters. Okay, I don't want to look like a beef eater with a bulky ass helmet, you know? Um Jimbler, yeah, so any what is it? CPC certified helmet is a one-time use helmet. Um and I guess for legal reasons, I'm going to say yes, follow that rule, only get the one-time use helmets and use them one time. But I've used the certified helmets multiple times, and I don't know. I don't know. I think it still protects you either way, but yeah, that foam compacts, and then it's yeah, then it's no good. So the POC is the same way though. If you bonk your head with the POC, even with the MIPS technology, it's still only supposed to be a one use because that hard foam in there collapses. So yeah, just look up a POC crane, I think is what it's called. What I heard is the helmet industry is going under a lot of new regulations, and so a lot of companies had to switch the way that they certify their helmets. So POC was impossible to find for a long time. And here's one from POC. I won't make any affiliate money, but here, check this out. I think this is a yeah. This is the POC that I have a different version, but it's the same thing. The MIPS, the visor's kind of stupid. I don't know if I agree with that, but anyway, there's that. I think there's 6 trillion. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not that many comments. I thought there was like 6 trillion. Usually, right about now, I start to catch up to the comments, but I missed this one. Kyle, what's up, Kyle? Kyle says, "What is your favorite bang flavor?" The best flavor is, you guys can't see. Come on now. Star Blast. Ooh, look at that. They designed the can, they changed it up a little bit. But Star Blast is the best flavor. I used to love all kinds of different flavors, but now I can't drink like blue raz, cotton candy, like without like gagging. And Star Blast has been pretty solid for about a year. One Star Blast a day for a year. Sometimes I'll switch it up to the cotton candy, or radical skedaddle is half decent. I hate saying the names of these. I sound fruity as hell, but those are my favorite flavors. Hey, what's up, David? David is back. He says too late. No, David, it's never too late. Since I didn't do the live, I really have to get out of here pretty soon. But since I didn't do the live last week, like I'm gonna rip through here and answer all the questions. But Jared says, right, that was the thing. Like, obviously, they meant the arms were one piece. The arms don't need to be as hard as a spindle. Yeah, I don't know what he was on about. I don't get it. But anyway. Stephen biffed a manual 180 so hard last time. Now he's gun shy. I don't know how'd you biff it? Did you just loop out? Like, did you loop out backwards or what? How did that happen? You got to tell me. Okay, here we got an updated question. You didn't answer my question. Um, eat my salt, guys. Eat my salt made a funny joke, and dude, I saw this video. This guy goes to like a con. What is it? It was like a state. a city council meeting to do stand-up comedy, and like he walks up there, does a stand-up, and nobody laughs. It was the most awkward thing ever. And anyway, I chuckled when I read your comment. Eat my salt, so don't worry about it. Okay. Anyway, 100 times pentakill modified his question, and he says, I have a problem with bike. When I fakie going backwards, I feel my pedals and cranks go faster now. I did have this problem before, or I didn't have this problem before. I have no idea what it would be, but generally the reason we pedal backwards when we're faking is because the hub is turning backwards, and we've got to pedal backwards to avoid it from catching up and making the pedals go backwards by themselves. So you pedal backwards to avoid that from happening. And if they're pedaling backwards by themselves, like faster, that would mean, I don't know, that would just mean you're pedaling backwards, or you're rolling backwards fast enough that your cranks are trying to spin backwards at the same rate as your wheels moving. And that's just how it goes. I'm not sure. I mean, if I could see a video, maybe it would make more sense, but I don't know. Lewis says, every day I ride my BMX, I practice flat 360s, but I'm always do 3 taps. Should I try to hop higher, or does that come with time? Yeah, let's see. It's not, I mean, hopping higher helps to a certain extent, but the reason you're tire tapping, Lewis, is because you are not leveled out. So when we do a 360, we're compressing, we're carving, we're hopping, and we're popping up. And when our body's popped up, we call it the pencil position in bike school, is you're standing straight up and your bike's kind of like this. And if you do the 360 like that, your back tire is obviously going to hit the ground first. And a really important part of the 360 is that when you pop up and you do this part and you spin, at about 180, you suck up your knees and you level out your bike. What this does is this gets both tires higher off the ground so that you have more time to finish out the spin. And I think that's where a lot of people miss out, is they stay in that pencil position and end up tapping the last bit of the 3. But if you pop, get the 180, and then suck your knees up and extend your arms to level it out, you're going to get rid of that tap. It usually requires a little bit harder of a pop, but yeah, that's generally what's going on. Yeah, dude. Brad's like, if this was some kind of religion, like if Dougster Bob was a religion, Brad Sims would be centered somewhere up there with the gods, like Brad Sims, maybe Garrett Reynolds. Maybe Brad Sims would be like the ruler of the other. I don't know. Brad Sims is crazy. And the fact that he's like, what, almost 40, I think? He's almost 40. Doing the craziest things. Somehow he never gets hurt. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we love Brad Sims, and Brad Sims. Good job, Brad Sims. Lord Brad, that's what we call him. What's up, Renee? Renee, I think, is new, so everyone say what's up to Renee. Renee Medson. Hello. Did you have a question, Renee, or are you just saying what's up? Either way, it's all good. It's all good. Raymond, I see your question here, and it's a little bit hard to answer off the rip. All around for trails and parks. So using the scoring system, the Dougster Bob scoring system, you're not going to find much that work good as a trail/park bike, just because the way I have it set up is that the park scores higher when the bike is more of a responsive geometry. More responsive bike is going to score higher in park, and the dirt score is going to be higher for a more mellow bike, because generally with park riding, you're doing a lot of spins and you're doing a lot of technical riding. Now, this is just a generalization, and everyone's park style is different, but the score gives you a good place to look. And so the dirt score, same thing. The longer and more stable the bike is, the better it is for dirt. And that's just one of the few things that play into the score. But you're not going to find very many bikes that score high in both. But I just pulled up the score sheet, so let's look real quick and see kind of what come close to each other. So the Sunday Dark Wave is a 8.7 in dirt and a 6.6 in park. That's pretty good, and a 10 in street. So it's pretty well rounded, but obviously park's going to be the lowest there. The Colony Endeavor, this is a pretty well-rounded one. Check out the Colony Endeavor, a 6.2 in street, a 5 in park, and a 6.1 in dirt. So very well rounded. It has a 6 quality score. It's a little overpriced though. But anyway, dirt and park are pretty close together. The We the People Trust is a 5.9 in park and a 6 in dirt. That's pretty good with a 7.2 quality. And it's a little bit more expensive. Did I say the Trust? The We the People Trust. I think that's what I said. Anyway, that one's pretty close together, but it scores highest in street. And if you don't have the score sheet, man, definitely get the score sheet and check that out because that'll help you compare the two and find something that's pretty close together. Paul, what's up, Paul? How you doing? Paul is a 51-year-old here, and he just got the 2022 Kink Switch. Paul, welcome, Paul. What's up, Paul? That's sick, dude. There's a I don't know. I think there was one guy who was 60 something last week or 2 weeks ago, and there was one other guy who was 50, if I remember right. So, Paul, you're not alone, Paul. You're not alone. There's a lot of older guys getting into the sport, and it's so cool to see. For me, hot potato, it's 12.16 in the USA. All right. Renee said, I told you a while ago I was injured, and tomorrow is the first time I will ride my bike again. Weather's getting better, and my hand is fine again, and I want to share the hype. Renee, I'm definitely hyped for you. That is one of the best. It's a weird feeling. I don't know. For me, whenever I'm getting over an injury, like it is a weird feeling because I'm excited to come back and start riding it again. But in the same sense, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know how I'm going to do. I don't know how uncomfortable I'm going to be, and I don't want to get hurt again. So it's a really weird feeling. Like I can definitely empathize with you. It's like you're super excited, but you're also a little bit nervous, and you're going to be fine. Just go out, shred, have some fun, do the stuff that you enjoy, and you'll be good. That's sick. David had to leave again. David, bye again, David. Thanks for stopping in. I enjoy your emails. David sent me an email with the whip. He said that he took off the gyro, and I think he said this later in the chat. But David, I'm glad you're feeling better. I don't know if I'm glad that you took the gyro off, but if you enjoy it, that's all that matters. That is all that matters. So good job. See you later, David. Yeah, eat my salt. That's the only thing I'm thinking is that he has to be like going faster backwards. That's the only thing that would cause that I can think of, unless your hub's seized up, maybe. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I had one. It was a BSD street hub. Um, we were riding university, and my favorite games, we'd go ride street on the campus, right, on NMSU, and the cops there weren't real cops is kind of how we looked at it, is like they were NMSU police, but they're not real cops. And so what we'd like to do is we'd ride around and then they'd find us and then they'd try and kick us out and we'd ride away. And it was thinking about it now is kind of sketchy, but we just like pop downstairs, bomb down the university and dip out across the street to where we felt like it was a safe zone. If we crossed University Street, we weren't on campus anymore and they couldn't get us. But it was so intense doing that. But anyway, long story short, we were running from them one day, and Barrick and I meet up at a spot. We catch up here, and my hub seized up. And so like I couldn't coast anymore. Like if I tried to stand flat foot, my cranks would have to pedal. So it was impossible. So anytime I was rolling forward, the cranks would pedal. And so trying to run away from the cops like that was a nightmare. We got out of there so fast, and it was like sometimes I'd ride and then I'd hop up and stand on my frame and my cranks would just go zzz. But oh my God. Anyway, maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. But that's a funny story. Oh God, I wouldn't do that now, because now I think they are real cops. Maybe they were real cops before. I don't know. I don't recommend it, guys. I don't recommend running from the police. And anyway, that's fun. That's fun. Yep. Steven says Sims, Adams, Reynolds, Roach, and Anderson. Those are the five gods of the Dougster Bob lore, I think. Oh, Adams. Who's Adams? Oh, Courage Adams, right? Okay. I was like, who's Adams? Anyway, Courage Adams. Dude, I saw his post on Instagram yesterday where he's working out and like, dude is ripped, first of all, but second of all, that's some strenuous workout. And that goes to show I genuinely believe any like athlete who's riding at that professional level spends just the same amount of time in the gym as they do on the bike. Like they have to be in phenomenal shape to be able to do the stuff they do. And Courage Adams, definitely one of those. Slanted ground. Okay, last few questions here. These are good. We're caught up at an hour and 20. He says, what do you think of Eastern Bike Co. and their higher end completes, the Reaper, the Shovelhead, the Wolf Dog, etc.? Um, I'll have to look again because what I remember is I was going to go through and review every single Eastern bike. And I reached out to their team manager. I said, hey, what's up, man? I'm going to go through the bikes and do a bunch of reviews. I just wanted to know, is there anything like that you feel like I should know about them to convey when I'm making these reviews? Like, because I don't want to say, oh my God, this bike is $400 and it sucks if there's something about it that I don't fully understand. And so, anyway, I started to look at them and these lower end bikes. I was like, yikes. And so I quickly decided not to do any reviews. But the higher end stuff I never really got to look at. And I don't think they had them out. Honestly, at that time, I don't think they had them out. So the Shovelhead, $719. Actually, first, let me tell you guys, I had a Eastern Trail Digger, was one of my first bikes. It was super light. I absolutely loved the bike. Very good bike. It was tri-molly, and I ended up bending the dropouts and then ultimately cracked the top tube. But it lasted a little less than a year, um, which for me was okay. But anyway, I do like Eastern for the most part. Now, these new lines, the reason I loved Eastern back then is that they were very affordable for the quality that you were getting. Now they're not so much. Like their prices have gone up quite a bit. But anyway, the Shovelhead has full chromoly frame, forks, and bars. Good 3-piece cranks, sealed hubs. Okay, double wall rims for $719. Like it, that's a lot. But it is also good quality. And what I'm curious, the Kink Whip set the standard at full chromoly frame, forks, and bars, double wall rims, sealed bearings for $500. So that is the standard. And so if we pull up a $500, say, Trail Digger, let's see what it is. I bet it's tri-molly. Oh, no, it's full chromoly frame. Okay. The forks, though, are partially chromoly. The bars, it doesn't say, so we can assume that those are high tensile steel. It does have double wall rims. So for $50 more than the Kink Whip, now normally $629 marked down to $550, $629, yikes. It's slightly overpriced. Like that's just kind of the gist of it. I bet the Reaper is really solid though. This was all like the Grim Reaper frame was like my dream bike. Chromoly frame with helix down tube, chromoly forks, chromoly bars, double wall rims. So yeah, no, oh, with rear. Oh, never mind. Anyway, I'm gonna say this is again ignorant. Quick look at the bike, slightly overpriced, but overall you can get some good quality stuff. So that's it. That is it. Hot Potato, peaced out. We'll see you later. Hot Potato. Dennis is on break, but the boss is letting him stay. Dennis, we'll wrap it up quickly so you don't get in trouble. Paul is the 51-year-old. He rode Redline back in the day. Paul, I'm curious, in a couple weeks from now, I've got to know what you think about the new geometry. So BMX has changed geometry so much in the last decade that it's going to be different. You know, it's going to be I just got to know what you think. David said Terry Adams. Whoops. I was thinking Courage Adams, isn't it? Same last name, right? Maybe they're related. I know Terry Adams too, but I never really think of him when I think of BMX because like Flatland is BMX, but it's not like, I don't know. I love that. What's that one guy's name? Matthias Dundee or whatever. I love that guy. But anyway, okay, that is the last comment, guys. That is it. We're done now. Cool. That was a super fun stream, guys. Any last minute questions? We'll hang out here and answer any last minute questions. But if not, we're going to let David get back to. We can't stay on the stream now because David's boss is waiting for it to get done so he can go back to work. Guys, I really hope you have a great weekend. I hope you get out, ride, learn some tricks. I know it's cold for a lot of people right now, but summer's coming, guys. Summer is coming. If you have not followed the Dougster Bob on Instagram, do that. Follow the Dougster Bob, and we'll see you guys next Friday. But yeah, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you guys, and peace.